What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. This is game number 4 here between Hasu and PuMa. We have got Hasu spawning in the upper left-hand position as our blue Protoss player, and then over here in the upper right, PuMa as the red Terran player. Now, yes, this is game number 4. We are here this time on Shakur's Plateau. PuMa is now up 2-1 against Hasu in this series here. So PuMa making a strong showing in game number 1 and in game number 3. Very, very interesting. Last game was absolutely nuts. The biggest advantage to PuMa, and something that Hasu unfortunately wasn't able to do, was delaying expansions. That economic damage, even not killing off a ton of workers, just delaying expansions, forcing cancels, is an absolutely fantastic way to ensure victory in the late games. Giving yourself that economic advantage, that little bit of an edge, allows you to come out with those extra upgrades, those extra production buildings, and just be able to afford that much more of an army that much quicker. And that's exactly what PuMa was able to do. Even after the first engagement we saw, PuMa was able to quickly replenish his forces, push out for a second attack, and he forced cancel at least 3 bases. There were at least 3 times that PuMa forced a cancel of one of Hasu's expansions. And again, that's something that Hasu just wasn't able to do. Now, we could argue about the difficulty of that as a Protoss player as opposed to how easy it is for maybe a Terran player. We think, medevacs, dropships, being able to drop harass against expansions significantly makes it easier for maybe a Terran player to delay expansions and drop expansions. But at the same time, Protoss players do have that opportunity. Their dropship, I put that in quotes, known as a War Prism, may not be as effective as a medevac, but you can still do drop harass, you can still do zealot bombing, and that can still be an effective way to delay and force cancel expos. But whatever method he could have used or would have used, Hasu just didn't end up doing it. He was not able to delay expansions of PuMa like PuMa was able to against Hasu. So yeah, that's really all there is to say about that. Right now we do have Hasu moving out with his scout, and he will in fact be moving straight on in to PuMa's base. However, look at that. We've got that fully formulated wall there. This is going to prevent Hasu from moving on in. I'm expecting to see, there is one refinery. I was just going to say I was expecting no refineries, so maybe he was going again for that one racked quick expand, but it looks like it will be something a wee bit different. And are we going to be seeing a factory? Yes, we are. Here it comes. Factory just about to get placed down, and there it is. So PuMa opening up with another quick factory. Don't expect to see this game what we saw last game, but who knows? Maybe it's possible. This isn't the proxy factory that we saw last game. If he wanted to do that, may have been able to do that over here and then lift it and land, but it doesn't look like that's going to be happening. This is also a larger map. There's more of a distance to cover than there is on Shadow Temple, so that early Marine Marauder pressure takes longer, and as such isn't as effective. Hasu is coming out with that 1-gate expand. We've seen him do this, I think, every game so far in this series, and certainly very strong, especially on these somewhat larger maps. Those quick expand builds can be incredibly effective. Now the question is going to be, what is PuMa doing? That is the question, and here it comes. Starport coming out, Tech Lab coming out on that factory as well. Very, very intrigued to see what PuMa will be doing. He does have all sort of options. Blue Flame Hellions. He could also be going for some early Cloak Banshees. All sorts of things are possible. He may be going for a Marine Tank push, a Marine Tank Raven push, a Marine Tank Banshee push. There's all sorts of things that PuMa could be doing. But either way, it is not a quick expand. That is most certainly the case. And it looks like, yes, in fact, that Tech Lab will be going on the starport there. So we will be seeing either a Raven or a Banshee here to start out for PuMa. So very, very interesting. Back over here for Hasu. Again, he's got that expand build coming on through. He has got another gateway coming in, one being warped in right now as well. So we'll be sitting on those 3 gateways. We should be seeing that robo right after. And there it is. The Cloak research has started right now for PuMa. So Cloak Banshee opening here from PuMa. Oh, so sneaky. We do have a bunker coming up as well. This is going to allow him to defend against any possible aggression that we may be seeing here from Hasu. We can see that proxy pylon, and it does look like we'll be seeing some early game stalker aggression from him. Now he should be able to get that bunker up in time before this push actually comes through. We can see that first stalker up. Here comes those 2 additional stalkers, and look at this, impeccable timing. Those Marines do want to push back right now, get inside of that bunker nice and safe, and there you go, guys. You are all set, nice and protected against those stalkers, and that will of course force Hasu back into his main right now. Cloak research continuing to work its way on through, and we have got that first Banshee just about to finish, and another 2 racks. PuMa This is going to be an all-in build here. Now, what's going to happen is he will be starting off with some of this Banshee harass, and then he will be moving out Marine Heavy is what we expect there. You can see that reactor moving out Marine Heavy, and then probably throwing in some tanks into the mix as well. It does look like we've got a tech lab coming out on that factory, so let's see if that is in fact going to be the case. And we're going to expect that Cloak Banshee harass to start out with. There's going to be a Raven coming out, very nice. So this will be a one base all-in timing push from PuMa. Now the question is going to be, can Hasu deal with it? Can he protect himself and defend against it? One worker already down, number 2 gets down, number 3 now, and this Banshee just continued to work his way through, and there is the Cloak, and this is a problem right now. The robotics has just come through, so he needs to wait for that observer to finish getting chrono boosted out. We've got a total of 8 kills now. Here comes number 9, and he will just continuously use this Banshee to harass this resource line. This is a major problem. You can see trying to throw those stalkers in the mix to try to prevent PuMa from being able to target fire down those workers. PuMa will just be pulling back though and going for the probes over here. Got a total of 12 kills and finally forced to push back as that observer moves forward with those stalkers. Unbelievable. That could not have gone better for PuMa. That was fantastic opening harass. Unfortunately for Hasu, getting those gateways first and delaying that robotics really put him vulnerable to a type of harass like that, and that proved to be very effective. We're going to see PuMa actually hide that Banshee up in the corner, and this will allow him to push up at a later date, probably trying to move into that expansion or back into the main. And unbelievable, really unbelievable. Now we've got PuMa again prepared for that all in. I mean, he's getting ready for this right now. He's got this churning out those Marines. We've got those tanks coming out. We've got that siege tech coming out. So it will be a timing push here from PuMa with these forces. And, you know, we can see again, no expansion is planned right now for him at all. And there is the probe scout. Beautiful probe scout there by Hasu. Actually allows him to fully be aware of the fact that this is coming. The Banshee sitting with a total of 12 kills. Certainly feeling like a hero indeed. We've got a probe moving down to that Zelnaga tower to try to get some scouting information, and actually he might be able to catch these forces, and I think he's going to. So Hasu is going to be aware of the fact that this push is coming. I mean, he's got no question in his mind right now. There is a very, very strong one base push coming, so he just needs to make sure he's prepared to defend against it. Now he's going to be trying to get some force fields. A major concern though is we've got air vision from the Banshee as well as that Raven, and plus with those tanks sieging up, we can see that siege mode is already finished right now. And we do expect PuMa to just continue to churn out these units off of this one base here. Really wouldn't be surprised, too, if he actually pulled down with a bunch of SCVs. That's certainly possible. And uh-oh, we've got a couple of Zealots plus a Stalker over here threatening outside of the main, and that was a beautiful response there by Hasu, moving out with a counterattack, warping in units there from that proxy pylon. So here we go, the counterattack is coming into play. We do have this one tank up though, that's going to help tremendously in this defense. Some Banshees moving forward to try to help push out against this, and here we go. We're going to be seeing that counter aggression here from Hasu to try to counteract the attempted push from PuMa, and PuMa looks like he's going to be playing on the defensive now. This is not exactly how he wanted things to go at all. Hasu now sitting with control of the center of the map, and there we go, Banshees spotting that proxy pylon. That's precisely what PuMa needed to do. This in and of itself could allow him to actually move out with the attack once he takes that down, but here we go, Hasu is actually mounting a small little force now. Really not going to be able to push up into this. The Marine heavy numbers plus that Raven with the point defense shown and all of these tanks set up. Really nothing that Hasu could really do to push. Now catching those tanks on siege though is a good opportunity for him, and he may actually be trying to go down with some force field walls. Those tanks will prevent that from happening anymore. They're also pushing forward with those Banshees, and we can see Hasu is forced back at the moment. So PuMa looking undeterred. He is prepared to just continue up this push just maybe a little bit later than he had initially planned. We do have a few SCVs coming down with this as well. Not everything, but a fair amount. You can see that line. It's got some okay saturation, getting very close to mined out. Now, make no doubts about it. This is certainly, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but this is certainly an all-in push. I mean, PuMa is very dedicated to this. There's no transition plan. He just needs to hit. He needs to hit hard, and he needs to kill PuMa right now, because if he doesn't, he will just be tremendously far behind. And, you know, PuMa needs to kill Hasu right now. The major problem is that Hasu is getting a lot of mining time right now. The longer PuMa takes, the more time Hasu gets to work up his economy and get more and more forces out. Now he is prepared. He can see this push coming. Got a couple of force fields getting placed down. Those Marines, unfortunately, don't have any upgrades at all. No combat shield and no stim pack. It's really just going to come down to their regular DPS. It's the tank siege up plus those Banshees as well that really makes this push so effective. We're going to be seeing PuMa move forward right now with that Raven, just scouting out the forces, and here come those Cloak Banshees Banshees as well. And oh, here come a few free kills because there's no observer prepared to deal with this. This is going to allow PuMa to push up into the main, and this is a problem right now. This Cloak Banshee's got that opportunity to do a lot of damage. Tank sieged up. We will be seeing Hasu attempt to push against that. This could be a mistake, though. Point defense shown going down. 2 of them, in fact, preventing those Stalkers from doing any damage. And watch as PuMa shreds through Hasu's forces. Hasu losing everything and calling the GG. There you have it, guys. PuMa winning this series here, 3 games to 1. Excellent all-in push from here. Unfortunately, Hasu, even though he spotted it, wasn't prepared to defend against it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the series. As always, if you enjoy the content, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. Keep watching and keep owning.